All right, we're ready to finish practice task 6 using the graphing calculator for sequence and series. Jack decides to undertake the first training program and his friend Ryan does the second program. By the 11th week, Jack has run in total an impressive distance. How long does it take for Ryan to surpass him within a kilometer? Okay, so first we better find out how far it is that Jack has run in 11 weeks. So we've got we've got Jack, and he's going with program 1. And if we remember, the first term is 4, common difference was 2. And we are talking about the 11th week, so our n is 11. And we're looking for, in this case, it's arithmetic, and we're looking for the sum, so we're going to use this formula right here. So the unknown here is just the sum. Should we use the calculator to do this? Why not? We made it this far with it. So we're going to scroll down to equation solver and hit execute. And it's already in equation solver. If it wasn't, you might have seen this screen right here, which gives you 3 choices. The one we want is F3 solver. That's where we just were. So now we're going to enter our formula for the sum of arithmetic sequence. So we're going to start with an S. So we get alpha S, and then equals, which is shift of the decimal. And then we've got to put an n over 2 in brackets. So n over 2 brackets, and then that's multiplied by, and we'll start another bracket with 2a, 2 times a, and then we're going to add d times n minus 1. So we got d, and that's going to be times n minus 1, and then we'll do a bracket to n minus 1, and another bracket to enclose that 2a plus dn minus 1, and that should be it. And hit execute to save your formula. There we go. So we've got 4 variables, s, n, a, and d. Now we know the a, the d, and the n, and we want to find out the s. So we can just ignore this s. It's going to calculate it for us as soon as we tell it to. Scroll down to the n. In this case, our n is 11, so you type in 11, and then hit execute to save it, and it automatically goes down to the a. We want 4, so I'm going to type 4, and then execute, and it's going to go down to the d. It's already 2, so leave it, and we'll scroll back up to the s, which is what we want to calculate, and you're going to hit F6 to do the calculation. Based on the 3 values that you've entered, it's going to give us a value for s, which corresponds to this n, a, and d. So here we go with F6, and we got 154. So that's the sum through 11 weeks, and it's 154 kilometers. So that's what we got to compare with for Ryan. So let's see, Ryan with program 2. So let's go over what we know about program 2. We've got an a first term of 5, and an r of 1.16. And then, well, we know the sum. We want to know when he gets to this same distance as Jack has gotten. So the sum is 154. And the unknown in this case is how long it takes him to get there, which in the context of this problem is represented by n, which is the number of weeks. So the n is the unknown. So we're we're going to go to our calculator and hit exit. And then we're going to delete our arithmetic one. So that's F2. And then hit F1 for yes. And then we're going to enter our, what we got to do now is enter, we want sum of geometric. So we're going to enter this one right here. And here we go. We've got S, so that's alpha, S, shift, equals. In the numerator, I'm going to put my numerator in parentheses, so that's parentheses A times, and then a bracket for the R, 1 minus R to the N, 1 minus R, and erase that. We're going to use this third one over, third one down, which is the power key, and that's to the N, so there's our N. And then the first bracket ends the 1 minus R to the N, and the second bracket is for the numerator, and now I can hit divide to go to the denominator, and brackets I'll put 1 minus R, 1 minus R, and end bracket, and that is sum of geometric sequence. Execute. Okay, so it's got the F equals 154. I like that. So scroll down. A is not 4, but A now is 5. So I'll type that in and hit execute. R is 1.16 from the last time I did geometric sequence. And the N is what we want to calculate. So scroll down to N, and now you're going to hit solve, which is by hitting F6. There we go. And it's 11.99, so it's really close to N equals 12. N equals 12. So in 12 weeks, he's going to run as far as Jack in 11 weeks. Should we see exactly how far? Well, why don't we? Since we've got the formula in here anyway, let's find out what the sum is through 12 weeks for Ryan. So go back to our formula, hit exit, and we're gonna get a new sum. So I'll leave that. A is still 5, R is still 1.16. Now my N, I'm going to change to 12. And hit execute since we entered a new value. And now you're going to scroll up to the variable that we want to solve for. In this case, we've got a new S. Let's see what it is for 12 weeks. And F6 to solve. It's 154.3. So at week 12, Ryan has gone 154.3 kilometers. So that is within a kilometer, definitely within a quarter kilometer, actually. So let's answer our question. How long does it take Ryan to surpass him within a kilometer? So it takes Ryan 12 weeks to run the 154 kilometers that Jack ran in 11 weeks. Good answer. All right, I hope this has been helpful in solving this assessment-like task. If you are interested in the algebra that would be needed to solve these problems instead of using the graphing calculator, then stay tuned for episode 13, where we'll have a look at the same problem without the aid of the graphing calculator. Should be fun. All right, bye year 12.